Yo, what's up YouTube? Today we are going to be making a video on the races in Deepwoken, and I'll be putting them in a tier list from obviously the best to just all downright bad. So let's get into that. First up we have is a Dret, which in my opinion a Dret is actually not that bad, even though it is one of the most common ones. I think it's like 17% around there. It is still really good. It gives you 3 free points every single time you level up. So basically like auto dictac. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know why I keep on messing it up. But it's like that. It gives you 3 free points every single time you power up, which, it's nice. It's obviously better than it's better than most of them, but it's not the best. So I'll put this at average. Next up is Canor or Canor, depending on how you want to pronounce it. What it does is it just makes it so you take less damage and you do less damage to allies. So obviously, it's pretty nice for PvP if you're in the middle of a fight. You'll be able to, if you accidentally hit your friend, you won't do that much. But other than that, it's really kind of pointless. And also, if you want to, 1v1 a friend or, just practice with them, it's kind of a disadvantage because you will take less damage and you'll do more. But it can also make it, easier on you just because obviously you'll be on a way bigger disadvantage, which would make you have to play a lot better when you're 1v1ing some teammates. So I'd put this at below average. Next up we got Capra, which Capra does a lot of things depending on the variant, aka the color of it. If you're red, you can heal people at campfires quicker. If you're green, it's it's the buff foods when they eat something. You'll buff how much it gives you. And then the blue one, which is sanity, which is nice because if you go to the depths, you can actually help people with sanity. So, but other than that, it's not, it's not too great, so I'll put this at average. Next up, we have is Celtor, which my opinion, Seltzer is really bad. Obviously, if you have one in your guild, and let's say you're a big guild, you always, kind of just play around with a bunch of friends. If there is one, obviously, it's nice to have, but, it's just, there's no point of actually using it if you have another slot to use the race. And basically what it does is your ships will have more HP, and, you can churn the ship faster. So and the discounts, I think it's like 20% for discounts. So obviously it's not terrible, but there is really every single other race is technically better than it. So obviously you wouldn't really go it unless obviously you didn't have another slot. So this is gonna be put at bad. Next up we have Chrysid or Chrysid. And at first it sounds really good because if someone hits you, you're actually be able to see where they are because they'll be highlighted. But when I was actually looking into it more, it has a cooldown, which obviously that makes it not that great. So since it has a cooldown, it would be let's say average or something, but since it has a cooldown, I'll put it at below average. Next up we have is Etrian. And Etrian, it's not bad. What it does is make status effects, not last as long, and it makes it so you take less damage in acid rain and, 1 extra HP, which that's not really needed. But other than that, there's really no point of it. Yeah, I mean, you get less, duration when you have bad status effects, but it's also good status effects. So it's not worth it to get or use. So I'll probably put this in bad, but at the top of bad. Next up we have Felinor, which thing is, a lot of people hate on Felinor just because it's a cat person, which obviously I understand that. But Felinors are not that bad. Obviously in situational, they're not that bad. If you're I've seen people do this and I am working on one. This will be a video later in the future, is having a max speed build where you can go and just run around, chase people, and also save people. Because what it does is it gives you 1.5 times agility when climbing and 1.5 times agility when you're climbing on wooden surfaces like trees. and also your stealth is improved, which is not really, you know, helpful other than PvE. But it's just, you know, a fun like race to mess around with. So I'll just put this at below average. Next up we have is Ganymede, also one of the more rare races with Capra, and one of the better ones actually. Ganymede, what it does is it makes it so all shrines will cost 1 less knowledge, which at first doesn't sound that good for like newer players, but some people will know that when you like are making like, you know, builds that you want to like, you know, min max it, it is really helpful since you don't need to get as much knowledge every single time. Also, it passively like, you know, the passive insanity that you get from the depths, it's heavily reduced. And when you have parasites, they'll take longer to kill you. But other than those, that's all it does. But the knowledge is just way worth it. I'd put this at, I don't know, I'd put this either at best or above average. Probably high above average. Next up we have is Grimoire, which it, you know, reduces hunger loss, and if you're blind, you have, you know, better sight, and you have a compass at the top of your screen that will always point south. Is it good? Not at all. You don't really like reduced hunger loss. Maybe that'll be helpful, but like literally go turn in 1 artifact and just sell all the stuff, and you literally won't have a food problem because you can just easily buy it all. This is gonna be on bad. Next up is Khan. In my opinion, Khan is probably one of, if not the best race. Just because what it does is it makes it so every like equipment will like requirements will be like lowered by 3. And it's one of the only, you know, races that can actually do that. Most of these other races you can get the ability, like let's say like Ganymede, its main purpose is just less knowledge points. You can still get an infinite amount of knowledge points. Basically everything else is like you can basically get with talents. Khan, you cannot. I'm pretty sure you can I think it's like only weapons, but if it is also talents, this will definitely be like easily the best, and I'm gonna put it there because I'm not 100% sure if it is lowered by 3 on talent requirements. And since it's lowered by 3, you can put those in other points. Like let's say like if you want to go for like a Grand Sodaruska, which is I think is 30 heavy. Instead you want to get 27 heavy, and then you can put the rest in the ice so it scales more with damage, which is the reason why it's so nice. Next up we have is Tiran. It's also, you know, one of the rare races with Ganymede and Capra, and what it does is it gives you a glider, which is it's really nice. Obviously I don't think it's the best glider technically. It might actually, no, I think it is the better glider. It's better than like the Megalodon hide glider, but other than that, it's, you know, there's really no point. I mean, you have less fall damage, and you have a glider with infinite uses, but other than that, it's really not helpful since you can literally find a Megalodon glider for like 20 notes in a merchant ship, and they're honestly pretty common. So I'll put this at like, yeah, below average. And last but not least, Vesperian. So my opinion, Vesperian is probably the best PvP race. Obviously it gives you an ability that you can get. It gives you natural armor, which you can get with the talent, but if you get it with that talent, you can it'll stack. So it's honestly it's the best. In my opinion, it is the best for PvP, just because that natural armor, especially early game, that natural armor is super helpful if you have like before you get a fortitude to get exoskeleton, or if your build doesn't even go exoskeleton, Vesperian is an easy replacement for that talent, so you don't have to, you know, go up your fortitude. And, you know, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate, you know, you guys just watching. The last video I put on Deepwoken, I think it got over 1,000 views, and I wasn't really not expecting that since I haven't uploaded in a while. And I want to say thank you. I do plan on making more videos of this, and I'm sorry that this video took a bit to come out. But one thing I do want to say is, if we can get 20 likes on this video, I'll have another video uploaded this weekend before next week. So I'll have a new video out for you guys. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Of course, if you want to see more like this, leave a like. It really means a lot to me. Subscribe also so you can, see these videos when you, and get notifications for them. Also, join my Discord, and you can get information from there. It'll just, friendly community that can help you with people. It can also be with Deepwoken also. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.